Hi guys. I thought I would come in here and answer a couple questions about the angels. Gina, who has followed this channel forever, asked me to kind of talk about which angels I connect to, why, and just kind of an overview. At one point, I did do a whole video about this. I probably need to find it. And as Liz said, I shouldn't have probably deleted my videos, but here we are. So, you know, I everybody's different, so anything I say doesn't mean this is how it's going to work for you. This is just kind of how it worked for me. I do believe in God. Just a little background. I also believe in the energy of the universe. And I also believe God can be not my God's better than your God. The only reason I bring this up is because it's kind of how my story unfolds and why I believe in angels. Um, so I had a lot of different experiences throughout my life on when different angels would show up. I would say the most intense one was once when I was younger, I flipped my Jeep and feathers were all around me. And then when I came to, I couldn't see them, but I can remember my Jeep like being almost flung in the air. It hit something and then kind of brought it down, and I saw feathers everywhere. And I knew that was one of my own angels. And I do believe you have personal angels that also protect you, as you do archangels, and then there's other angels. So there's kind of, I don't know, different people see it like layered. Some people see it. Um, I kind of see all of the angels similarly, but like there's no archetype for me. So just someone more powerful. And what I mean by powerful is they have a stronger presence in your life. So I'm just going to go through a couple of the ones that have come true to me and the easiest. And I would say the easiest one, other than my own angel that and the couple that have floated around or protected me, are Archangel Michael. Michael came to me when I met my twin flame and when I started meditating. He was just the easiest. It was very easy for me to see him. He was really, really like regal blue, bluer than this. And some people have said, like, you could almost see him in the corner of your eyes. Mine really don't appear that way, and I feel kind of crazy saying this, but anyways, they're kind of they don't float, but like their feet don't touch the ground and their energy's a little higher. And all I can say is it's almost like you start seeing them through your brain. It's very hard to explain. I wish Liz were here in this moment. And they talk to you if you speak to them and you ask for certain things. Like I said, Michael's just the person. I always say he's kind of like this royal knight. And he just, like, when you're a little down or you're really having a rough time, it's almost like a thrust of blue energy. I can't explain it, but that, and he kind of comes through like with his sword, like he's just gonna slice anything. Like he's just this really strong, soft spoken, I'm here for you angel. That's the best way to describe him. Um, Ironically, my twin flame also has a son that name. And so there was different ways I would say that I was maybe awakened to that presence. And then the cathedral I went to, that was the pendant that I just happened to be attracted to first. So there was a couple different things that led me down that path to make me realize, till it was like physically in front of me, to make it so apparent. The next one I would say was probably Metatron. He and it's different for everybody. He came through to me and he was like a very, very light purplish, pinkish light. And the purple light I see when I see him is he immediately comes to me when I think about anything to do with travel. And what I mean by that is physical travel to another country, travel to the other side, spirituality, any type of cleansing, any time of like he speeds up time for me. That's the best way I know how to put it. So if I'm about to do something, for example, when this is a good way to put it, when you're in an airplane and you travel, like, let's just say from LA to New York, right? It would take a 5-hour flight. Well, it's faster and that same speed is like going popping to the other side. That's the best way I know how to put it. So he's really good at helping to facilitate clarity and protection just as quickly on that flight as cleansing yourself to talk to your guides. So that's how he comes across to me. And I'm probably not doing a great job by helping connect. But just to regress a little back to Michael, what I can say is if you've never connected to your angels, the best way I know how to like force it, if that's such a thing, is if you're really just open to God's presence and the love from the other side and it passing, and then just sitting in meditation literally an hour a day, doing nothing, calming your mind, not allowing any other thoughts, starting to train your mind and just allowing that to just slowly come in for whatever reason. You could even think of a bright, probably blue light. But that's what happened to me when every time I wanted to talk to anything specific, I just had to really learn that calmingness. So let me think for a second. After Metatron, who came to me next? And I would say probably Gabriel. He's also had the most influential impact on me. When I started painting, I realized that I was quickly channeling my mother. She was an artist and died when I was younger. And knowing space and vocabulary and how to move colors and how I was shifting energy on from people onto canvas and colors, and creating that spacing. Gabriel, naturally, I realized that there was someone constantly sitting and standing next to me cracking jokes. I don't know else to explain it, but he was just this. It was like an imaginary friend all of a sudden talking to me. He's a gay boy, and he makes jokes to me, and he's really funny and flamboyant, and makes me play when maybe I'm a little too intense, and literally just this amazing light that comes around me and puts me maybe in this spectacular mood. I don't know. He makes me laugh, and he's really goofy and playful. And that's the best way I can put to him is just that I've also heard, and I don't know if this is true. I mean, I will say I've heard he also helps same-sex twins, which would kind of make sense, considering that my twin is of the same gender, and also like who Gabriel is to me. To some of my other spiritual teachers, Gabriel comes across as a woman, to give you an idea. So at the end of the day, like the angels are energy, and different colors look differently to different people, right? Um, let's see. The next one that came to me was Raphael. And again, I've heard different things about him. He comes across kind of like Santa Claus. He has a really big beard, and he's really chubby. He has cherub cheeks, big oval eyes, and it's just funny. Like, but I find him to be more around me if I'm really sad. I feel like his arms come around me, and he's like, like kind of like if you had a favorite grandfather, he's just like, it's gonna be okay, like, I don't know, that's the best way I know how to put him. If you can vision yourself like being a kid, and he just picks you up and sticks you on his lap. That's the best, like, best way to explain it. If you ask him for guidance on different ways, maybe to find support or to fill you up with just love because you're depleted, I would say that's how he would kind of set into you. Again, I use him when I think of him, believe it. I mean, but it's not, I don't walk through life and go, oh, there's Raphael. Like I said, it's more Gabriel, and I feel a lot of power still from Michael. Um, and then the other person, and this person doesn't come through as much, but I would say the least, is sometimes I see Ariel, and she, if you watch Liz, she kind of reminds me of Liz actually, but she's just really, really, really her face is such a bright light. She comes more in a pinkish form. Um, her face is so bright, it's almost like a sun. She's very hard to make out. She's um very soft spoken, so she's almost like she stays in such a forefront or translucent look modality. She can be harder to come forward. If you speak to her, you I don't know, if you ask questions maybe. I just thought of something with Metatron. But um, so on Ariel, I would say she's an element. So again, that's probably why I don't use her as much. She's more like, if anything, reminds you to be in nature. She uses like, oh, different elements. So I think, gosh, I'm trying to explain it. I'm trying to explain it of what how she would come through. Because like I said, I don't really deal with her much, but I would say she is just a reminder when you see her, like that just as quickly as the sun rises, um, like the sun rises every day. So she's like kind of puts this smile on your face, reminds you of the elements, reminds you that you can shift from world to world through the elements. And like I said, I can't even think of an instance because personally, I don't use her as much. The other thing I'll say about Metatron is, and I do think this is one of the reasons he helps humans travel, is because that he has a somewhat humanistic look upon him. Um, you know, I don't know how to explain it, but you can tell he has a foot in both worlds. And what I mean by that is he can straddle worlds and move that fast through speed to get you from side to side and stay around you and slow down time. I don't know how to explain it, but that's what he does. Because they're angels, right? At the end of the day, I'm explaining characteristics that come out for the angels that have been around me that I have seen participate in my life in my own instincts. Like that doesn't mean it's going to happen to you. So what I mean by that is just be open. Again, if you want to know more about a lot of other angels, go over to Liz's station. For me, I only talk about what comes to me. The other thing I'll talk a little bit about are my guides. There's a lot of different, I don't know, there's a lot of different information on guides and how they work too. For me, I get 4 guides at one time. It's kind of like an army, and my guides come with lessons and journeys and stories. And I always joke they again come as cartoon characters. That's the best way I can start to visualize them, and then I can kind of build them out. I've talked about this before, but when they come forward and I see them, and it's always through meditation. I sit in the shower. I'm not recommending this because people be like, you waste water, for at least a half hour twice a day. I don't know. A lot of athletes talk about it. I know Agassi talked about it in his book, but and I just kind of start seeing little visions. And when I really zone in on them, the faces start to kind of develop. And I guess the best example I can give of one of my guides is once there was a woman that wouldn't leave me alone. And I knew she was a tarot reader. And she kept telling me to get my paintings and put them with my cards. And then I made my card deck. And then ironically, all the names I had given them aligned with ways to meditate to find your higher purpose. So I only give that example by how things have connected in my life. For example, right now I'm really career focused. So I have noticed that Michael is around me a lot, just really like giving me that strength and power in daily conversations now that I've been away from that world. But as quickly as that happened, I see this guide right now. I also call them guardians. So I think they do both. In this guide, his name's Brad. And Brad, I can tell his role in my life is just patience, and like he's very stoic, and he's looking at numbers and really telling me to slow down and look at paper. So and I'm not gonna actually connect that to my life. But my point is they each one of them serves a time, right? And then it's like it almost turns into a figment of your imagination, and inevitably they go away, and that's what happens. And then you kind of get a new four. But what I have realized in my life is the one angel won't go away, or the one guide won't go away until the lesson is complete. So that's where we're at. I just wanted to come on here and explain that to Gina to help her a little bit. So the quickest or easiest way I know how for you to see your angels is first, you can Google, there's a ton of information. Maybe start aligning with different principles behind different angels and just meditate on it. Inevitably, one will step forward, I promise. That's what the angels are meant to do. They're messengers from God or the other side. And really, as long as you're open and you spread love, that is inevitably what will come in your heart. So, with that being said, I'm going to go old school, and I'm going to do the work your light cards. And I'm just going to pull, I don't know, let's see what comes out, just to see like what the card of today is. And it says the ever unfolding rose. Oh, I love this one. And this is life's a journey, right? It's the idea that we're cracked open and we just have to allow. It's all happening for you, right? It's happening for you, not to you, for you. And that is, to me, what spirituality is about. Believing in the unknown, believing in the universe, believing that it just all happens for you. You know, you don't have to ever push anything. Like just once you really do believe in the magic of this world, and maybe that is why I can see angels and guides, because I do believe in the other side, and I believe it's this thin veil. So why would the universe not serve me what I believe in? I mean, that's just how I feel about it. And the next one I got was Akasha. Your guidance is divinely guided. And I know this card is playing off Akashic records. So I know a lot of people talk about that. So there you go. There's something right there that it's never happened to me. I don't, I'm not saying you can't go somewhere and read your records. I know people who can, and I think it's beautiful. It's never happened to me. So I've kind of always handled spirituality where I am open and I have compassion for other people's perspectives and points of view. But until it happens to me, I can't really speak on it. So, but I do believe the universe does continuously guide us, and I believe in flow. And when you keep your energy up and you're open and you're vulnerable and you truly just have confidence in what you believe in, it's amazing that how it just kind of works out for you, and it's positive, right? It's just in perspective. So I'm gonna see if one more card pops out. It did. Boom. I thought it would. I could feel it. Inner temple. I love this. I love this. Devotion, tune into the portal of your heart. So, we don't talk about this enough, right? That breath inside your heart, that love, that eternity, all that spirituality that's actually within us, we don't allow to come out, right? We're afraid about what other people will think or say. And part of my journey is I have always had these. I have a lot of different stories in different forms uh, in spirituality, but part of my like awakening or coming to was being brave and talking about my spiritual journey on TV and Instagram. And I had a lot of people say, "You're nuts. Your parents. I can't believe they didn't put you in a psych ward," or whatever the case might be. And I just had to realize that it's my journey, and how other people choose to like do their journeys and have their judgment or follow their own path. I have grace for too, but I just kind of had to find my voice and stand up for myself and create my own journey, my own atmosphere. So I'm going to do Archangel Gabriel cards. He's like so loud right now. I can feel him. I don't like one card already flew out of the deck. he's super excited. He loves when I chat and when I talk about him. Like I said, he's very outspoken. He's funny. He's very, very witty. Um, and he makes you laugh and smile at yourself. So keep that in mind as I talk, okay? So the first one, retreat. It's time to just allow yourself to breathe, see all your options, he's saying, and have fun with them. Like, kind of move past the life doesn't always have to be about like learning and it being hard and difficult and challenging. Like sometimes when we just get in our canoe and ride down that stream and have fun and just go with what we're attracted, we end up where we're meant to be. Okay. So just to block out distractions, spend quiet time alone so that you can focus on priorities. And right now that's kind of what COVID's doing for us. I think that before COVID, there was a lot of riffraff. Everybody might have been going like 100 miles an hour, but when you can't see people and you have a mask on your face, you start to go internal and look within. And now that we've been through a couple bumps and we're just coming past this, like, I don't know if this is the last, right? I'm not a fortune teller, but this most recent, less mild virus, I think that's a good way to put it. Not that it's not just as intense, but it's kind of like our last, like, I think a lot of people are getting that feeling of like, you want to run out, you have all this anxiety to see people, and you have all these decisions all of a sudden. But it's like maybe it's your last hibernation. Like, so just try to get really clear, have clarity with maybe your next steps and what you want that journey to look like. Like right now is like it's like the quiet before the storm, before like the circus is coming to town. So, anyways, the next one, perfectionism. And this is the idea of really just polishing that idea, right? Don't get overwhelmed by it has to be perfect. But Gabriel is saying, take the time to really make it good. Make your decision how you have really developed yourself, or, he's showing me clay, like how you've kind of molded yourself in this incubation to then go to the world and kind of harden that clay up. So then when you go to the world, it won't be like squashed, right? You're really setting up your foundation in a way to find that strength, to be able to move through new patterns and cycles and stay true to yourself. So, polishing your creative project is fine, but don't allow perfectionistic fear to result in procrastination. And it's also that idea of putting one foot in front of the other, right? We have had this fear, and the fear is like how sick can you get, and just the fear from society. So maybe just like stepping back and staying focused, that whatever your project is, just putting one foot in front of the other. Don't worry about the what ifs. And then prosperity. I love these two little cherubs. It actually, these two little cherubs kind of remind me of twin flames, and there's actually a reason I'm bringing that up. Um, the reason I'm bringing that up is because like twin flames have met in so many different worlds, right? And when we see each other for the first time, it's like seeing yourself as a little kid and your best friend, lover, just the other part of you, right? It doesn't matter like how distant you are, even if they've passed over, even if they're on this side, even if you're not talking, even, if you're not together. Um, it's just that it's almost like a knowing and the prosperity that lies beneath it. Okay. So sometimes, there's that, I don't know how to explain it, but that's like your co creative partner, right? And by being co creative, no matter what the abundance may be, it circles in. So I think it's just a reminder that, this is one of the twin flames has their back to the other one. And so this twin flame's like, I'm still having fun. And this one's like, I'm still focused on me. But they're together on the moon, right? So it's that idea of holding your abundance to yourself and not letting anybody to affect it. Okay. Just really like knowing your actions, whatever your actions may be, will result in incoming abundance if you just stay aligned, one foot in front of the other, get your retreat, get that head on straight, right? Get the cap on, get ready for the outside, get your arms up. And just start to move, right? Don't worry about how perfect it is, and know the abundance will naturally flow from the actions that you have created. These are the results. So really, Gabriel was saying it's all, which the card said, it's working for you. Okay. So just believe in that. I don't know. Like I said, Gabriel, he just always makes me really happy, and he puts a smile on my face. He just knows, to me, always the right things to say at the right time. And maybe today was like a little bit of a delicate day. I know where I am, it's really cold. I did not want to go outside and run, but I did. And so, be easy on yourself and just keep moving, and remind yourself, like I said, like even when I ran today, I'm getting back in shape. You don't have to be perfect, right? It was just about doing the exercise. So I got these little, I don't know what they are, little trinkets. And every day I pull one out. And there's a reason I do it. Because it everything comes to mind. Okay, that's the point, right? Like, this is the channeling exercise, and this is how you have to play in order to find your angel. So being open. So the first one that comes to mind, I find this interesting. So I have a little handful, and then I have one, and the one that popped out of the little handful was a butterfly. And butterflies have a lot of significance in my life. One, they remind me of my mother. And I believe my mother's always watching me, guiding me, especially when I speak about spirituality. And we're all butterflies. We're growing and changing, and the butterfly likes it where it's warm, as do I. But what's interesting about this pile, and this is a good exercise too for you. So I glance at it, and I'm like, this almost reminds me of like all the stuff in the world, or all of the lessons. Okay. So the butterfly is ready to fly. And then this is my past. Like, the first thing I see, the Eiffel Tower, Paris. Okay. Second thing, keys to apartments. Okay. That I've lived in. And I glance at these, and it's like, it's very like, here's the little horse I pulled yesterday, right? Here's another key I pulled the day before that. It's like, and when I look at each one of these, another key, I bring this up because you let go, and you become the butterfly, and you keep growing. And all those memories are tucked in your heart, and you use them as you move forward. So, when that being said, the past is the past. We're zoned in, one foot in front of the other. And that's the talk today. So I love you. Lots of love and light. And I'll see you soon. Bye.